Hello. Alrighty. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. This is your weekly reading for the sign of Aries for January 14th. Thank you guys for your patience. This is going to be so much fun. I have at least makes it easier. I'm going to have to do this 3 times. So I'm going to shuffle for you really quick and we will start talking about Aries. I did post the link for the Tarot 101 class starting this Sunday. For those of you that want to jump in on that, it's 7 classes. It's 6 classes and then a question and answer when we're all done, and you can come back and revisit. It's starting this Sunday at noon. You can find that on the website. So Tarot according to Karma, come play with me. All right, Aries, here we go. First thing that comes up is 6 of Cups, which is a little bit of celebration. Might be somebody's birthday or some celebration going on. We do have the Chariot card. So here's what I'm going to have to say to Aries. So you have some intensity that's going on with you, Aries. Number one, you're going to be busy. So I see the 8 of Wands, which is busy. This also has to do with speed. Okay. And what we mean by speed is scheduling and timing and being busy. Okay. We have the Chariot card, which has to do with intensity. It also has to do with a vehicle, also has to do with possibly some travel and a move. But I'm gonna bet that this has to do with intensity based on the way that these cards are laying out. So for those of you on my other social media platforms, you can see these cards picture in picture on my YouTube. And in this back row, I see that you're having a really good time, but it's taking a lot of intensity and attention to keep up with these different things and to maintain this level of competency that you've acquired. So goes the teacher, goes the class. Now you're stepping up into some things, right? You're starting to take on some leadership. I said it before the card came up. Of course I did. King of Wands, which has to do with leadership. So you're doing the things that you're expecting others to do. You're stepping into leadership here. I'm also seeing that you're on the hot seat. We have the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands has to do with criticism, critiquing. You know, this even could be something as simple as an audit. Like, you know, you have an audit and you're feeling like you're on the hot seat, or questioning. So it doesn't necessarily always mean a bad thing when you're on the hot seat. It just, nobody likes to be exposed. It's like that feeling of when you go in for a job interview and you have to answer for something or to something, and just, you know, being on your best behavior and feeling like, you know, you're being watched anyway. So that's the 3 of Wands. Sometimes it does have to do with gossip or what people are saying. But if you look at it in this way, so you've got the 3 of Swords. Sorry, you have the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands is a little bit of like pressure, criticism, being watched, etc. And then if you look here, we have the 3 of Swords. And this is being a ghost in your own home. And what I mean by that is this card has to do with you being like, I'm not going to say a word. I'm just going to keep my mouth over here and watch, observe. Because the 9 of Swords is telling you that they're not listening anyways, right? I do see a lot of questioning. You've got the 2 of Wands. So you've got 2 separate paths that you could be going, that you're tossing back and forth. You've got the Sun card, Queen of Cups, the Devil card, the King of Cups. So King of Cups and Queen of Cups usually means a balanced partnership. 2 of Cups means fulfillment and love. The Sun card has to do with like balance, having all of the things. Look, balance, all of the things. Yin yang, all the elements necessary in front of you. 2 of Cups, balance and love. King of Cups and Queen of Cups. So that can be read one of 2 ways. It can actually going to be telling me that it's both internal and external balance. So when we have in as above, so below, as within, so without. So you have this internal balance and you're also seeing it reflected in your relationships. That's a matched pair. The other thing that could be coming up is feeling emotions. We are in the age of Aquarius. We do have a lot of emotions popping up and things really getting different. We're playing with how we do life very differently, and this has been going on for some months, and I've been saying this to people all the time. Christmas solstice and Yule solstice of 21 or of 20 isn't going to happen. Like age of Aquarius isn't going to happen overnight. Just like a full moon takes 3 days. How do you expect a 1,000-year reign of peace to happen overnight? It's just not, guys. It's going to take this work. So kind of like a full moon that plays with 3 days, kind of like Mercury retrograde that plays with 3 weeks. 5-ish if you count shadow period. But this period, you know, we're starting to deal with things a little bit differently, and so we have these influx of emotions. That's the Queen of Cups. overriding emotions. Then we have the King of Cups right here. The King of Cups is all about EQ. That's about being like, oh, here comes these emotions. What are we dealing with? What are we doing with them today? You also have the Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings for you, Aries. This is like taking things on in a loving way. I have two things here that are of concern though, and three or four, they're kind of like this undercurrent that's going on in your life right now. We have the Tower card where it's like things have been shaken up. And what happens when, you know, breakdown before breakthrough? So we have some shaking going on, and you're really looking at the tone and the quality of things that are going on around you, and you're making sure that your foundation is strong. I'm also seeing this Two of Wands, which is indecision. That's unlike you, right? It's unlike you to be unsure. So Two of Wands is two different paths. And what we also have is the Devil card. So the Devil card is looking at what restricts us. The Devil cards are Capricorn. So it doesn't always, so the Devil card is the things that keep us back. Okay. These are our bad habits. This is, sometimes you'll hear me talk about the Devil card, and it's always in its placement. The F word cannot be terrible at all times. Sometimes it's just an exclamation. Holy F. Okay, so sometimes the Devil card isn't necessarily bad. Yes, it references when people are lying to us, and it often talks to us about when we have bad habits: alcohol, substances, pornography, Netflix, and sitting in front of the TV and being a sloth, right? So bad habits. But this is also the overcommitment and the things that we do to ourselves. You know, this is working for the man when we're slaving away. This is, you know, the marriage that isn't great. This is also, you know, the Devil card. This is our self-sabotage. So the Devil card is in play. And so when we have the Devil card, it just tells us to look at our habits. And because you have such a fabulous reading, it wasn't the first thing that I popped off with, because people get scared at, you know, just like how we don't listen to certain people because they swear. We are missing some good material just because we have judgment on it. So don't have judgment because of the Devil card. So I didn't bring it up because people do have judgment on it. And so I don't want you to think that this reading is terrible. I would encourage you to go to my YouTube and take a look at it, because it's beautiful. It's just this inner conflict that's going on, and this indecision that you're playing with. And the fact that you're so busy and there's so much intensity going on with the decisions that are going on in your life, and this criticism that you're feeling, you don't want to make a move because it's sketchy out there. Nobody wants to make changes right now, and nobody to blame, right? I don't blame you. So let's take a look and see what your Aries moon is looking like. Book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. There's the Tarot 101 class starting this weekend, Sunday at noon. I'll be doing a second series if you miss it. If you can't afford the whole payment, let me know. There's also some workarounds built into the purchase option, so you don't have to pay for the class up front. It's only $150, but you can split it up over the 6 weeks or 2 months, or talk to me. I don't want you missing out just because of something like that. Get started. Karma on Deck YouTube, please tell me where you are in the world and how you feel like your reading went, and share, guys. We got goals over here. 7 of Swords, 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands. This is your moon reading, Aries moon. So again, Aries, you do have the Ace of Cups. So that's new beginnings, and this is love. New beginnings doesn't necessarily mean love, but it comes, so if you look at each of the suits being of a different quality, right? So different elements, so to speak, too. Wands is work, Cups is love, Swords is decision-making, legal matters, paperwork, etc. Wands, work, Pentacles, money. And then you have the majors, which has to do with like the big impactful moments. So for you, you're losing sleep over something that has to do with your love affair, your emotions, and you're feeling a little overwhelmed. Things aren't exactly tweaked how you'd like them to be. But I do see the Sun card. Again, you have the Sun card and the World card, which tells us abundance is on its way to you. We also have the 6 of Wands, which is very militant, and that means victory over an award. I wouldn't be surprised if you get an award just because that came out of my mouth. It's always the random popcorn things that end up being real. And then you got that Tower card again. So one or two things this could mean is that up and coming, you've got some negotiating to do around some roadblocks because you have the Tower card. I'm also seeing, though, that this feels like something you're already dealing with. So I'm confidently going to say this isn't something up and coming. I will say that the Queen of Swords is in play. So you have the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant, both of being stubborn qualities. The Queen of Swords being that one, I call that my bitch card, because the Queen of Swords knows how to be that. They know how to call them shots and they're not afraid to. I'm also seeing the strength card in the Hierophant. So what I would recommend to you is be friends with your demons, be friends with your problems, because what's true is when you get well acquainted with them and you not ignore them, you're able to overcome. And I'm seeing stubbornness being a quality for you right now. I'm also seeing fatigue. There's also some things that are going on for you, Aries, where you don't like starting over. And that's part of the reason why you're having a hard time with this decision-making process. I'm also seeing lack of sleep, 9 of Swords. This might just mean that you have some insomnia or having a hard time sleeping because you've got so much on your mind. I don't see that being a permanent quality though. Let's pull these last cards for you from the Mystic Dreamer. Divination of the Ancients, my bad. Mystic Dreamer was your moon reading. And like I said, book your one-on-one Karma on Deck and meet me on YouTube. Please come play with me over there. Prayers. Wow. So this card that's coming up is smoke. And what it references is prayer. Like, prayer is very different than meditation. Prayer is being one with your creator, coming from gratitude, speaking in your peace. Okay. I just recently started something fun with my coaching partner, Vanessa. 5 small things. One of them I added was we have to do 5 small things a day. That's for your betterment and good. That's small that you should be doing anyways, but you blow off. This has to do with self-care, right? So drinking more water, certain number of bottles of water a day. I've got 2 by my desk right here. So I have goals for my water, my yoga goal, my prayer goal, my vitamin goal, and my face regimen because this lady's getting old. And I want to stay just as prim and proper and pretty as I can in the face. I don't want to look like, right? So one of the things that I had added to my list of 5 things was to assure that I pray. Because I noticed and recognized, like, what could that do for the quality of my life if I begin to pray? Just like what would happen in the quality of my life if I took my vitamins every day and drank this water and did my yoga. It's 5 small things. So I would encourage you to try that. It's really fun. If I screw up one day, I got to start over. So I'm on day 2, but I've been doing it for 2 weeks because it's my birthday. But smoke, prayers. Like, are you asking for what you want? Are you forgetting to put yourself on the prayer list? Think about that. All right. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will catch you on the flip side. I am coming on right after this, and I'm going to do Taurus. So hang on, Taurus. I will see you guys